Coming up next, high school volleyball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to the Shot Palace at Lorain Admiral King High School. I'm Cheryl Bancic, your announcer with Lorain City Schools TV Channel 20. With me is my partner Joe Bach, producer, cameraman, and director, and our student statistician Holly Galloway. Tonight's matchup features the Lady Admirals as they play host to the Lady Lions of LakeRidge Academy. Lorain Admiral King comes in with a record of 2-0 in the conference, so they are in first place right now on the Erie side of the Lake Erie League Conference. Their overall record is 3-3. Wins so far this season on the conference side have been against Shaw and Bedford, and Euclid on the other side of the conference, and losses have been to Columbia, Firelands, and Hearts of Jesus. For the LakeRidge Lady Lions, they come in at 2-8 overall. So tonight's matchup should be a good one here in Lorain County. We look forward to bringing you the game right after these messages.
A message from the President of the United States.
United Way improves lives by mobilizing the power of caring communities. From educating the young, to strengthening our families, to supporting the elderly, United Way has encouraged America's great armies of compassion for nearly 120 years. Please visit unitedway.org to find out how you can serve a cause greater than yourself and help make our community stronger and more hopeful.
Welcome back to Admiral King High School. We're getting ready to bring you some exciting volleyball action where the Lady Admirals are taking on the Lady Lions of LakeRidge Academy. Serving for Admiral King is Lindsay Wilson to start off set one tonight. This is non-conference action for both teams. And Admiral King attacks. That was Shaquila Lagarde, the junior. Block it, the hands of Deidre there, Noble. And that ball was sent over by Aisha Holly. Asia Chisholm to Lindsay Wilson. She's going center, but the ball's over. Tipped by Noble, but the down official rules that she's over the plane, which is illegal. Ball was not on the Admiral King side, so it's not a fair ball for her to touch. So that point's going to go to LakeRidge, and one is going to serve 0. Higginbotham to Wilson. Wilson's going middle to Noble again, and she finds the 10-foot line. That's Deidre Noble with the tip. That's Admiral King's first point of the evening, so that ties it up at 1-1. The junior Shaquila Lagarde is going to serve. Higginbotham, Holly, and Noble on the front line for Admiral King. Chisholm, Wilson, and Lagarde round out the lineup for the Lady Admirals. And that's a hitting error from the Lady Lions, so that'll give Admiral King another point. So 2-1 here in the first set. Asia Chisholm is the libero tonight. She's wearing the white jersey for Admiral King. And the libero for the Lady Lions is Brittany Brown, number 4. She also is in a white jersey. Their jerseys are a different color because they can enter in and out of the game at will as long as it's in the back row and the ball is not in play. Admiral King got the toss here prior to warm-up, so they serve first. And that side out here is going to go to the Lady Admirals again. So 3 is going to serve 1. Lagarde will serve again. And right off the net, it's a nice serve. Lions handle that well. They send over the free ball. Chisholm to Wilson. Wilson goes middle to Holly. Holly is under it, and it goes way deep. That's out of bounds. So that'll be a point LakeRidge. 3 will serve 2. On the court for LakeRidge is Sarah Bediaco, Charlie Culberson, Emily Glore, Jordan Giddish, Alexia Malinowski, and Brittany Moscow. And that serve is in the net. That was from Alexia Malinowski. So Admiral King will rotate. In the game comes Jasmine Myrick, and the libero, Asia Chisholm, will come out. So Myrick, Higginbotham, and Holly on the front line. That's a Deidre Noble serve. Back row attack from LakeRidge. Brittany Bretvick digs that one up. Dominique Higginbotham attempts to send the third hit over, but it does not clear the antenna, which is illegal. So that's going to give LakeRidge a point. So 3's going to serve here. 3 serve 4. Admiral King up by 1. Right to Higginbotham. Wilson's going back to Higginbotham, and she saves it around the antenna. And we have a net violation on LakeRidge. I believe that was LakeRidge's number 26, Sarah Bediaco. So Jade Blair is going to enter the game. She replaces Aisha Holly on the back row, and Jade will serve. And she'll serve deep center back. LakeRidge will send a deep free ball. Chisholm digs that one nicely to the center circle to Blair. Blair sets Myrick, and she'll score. Nice attack off the hands of Jade Blair for the assist. That increases Admiral King's lead by 3. So 6 is going to serve 3 here as soon as LakeRidge hunts down the ball. Blair serves. LakeRidge is going strong side. Chisholm to Blair. Blair's going on the outside to Higginbotham again. She swings hard, but it's in the tape. It's nice aggressive play from Admiral King. It started out with a beautiful pass from Asia. And a negative serve from the Lady Lions gives Admiral King another point. So Admiral King will rotate. In the game comes Shaquila Lagarde once again, replacing Anna Britvick. And Dominique Higginbotham will get a chance to serve. Myrick, Wilson, and Lagarde on the front line for the Lady Admirals. Higginbotham with the serve, and it's an ace serve. That makes 8-4. Admiral King up by 4. Yeah, it looks like Admiral King has adjusted their lineup a bit. Asia Chisholm, not usually the libero, but tonight she is, and she's doing a pretty good job in the back row. Blair's going middle to Wilson. Wilson attacks, doesn't score, but it's a good hit. Nice save from the Lady Lions, but they can't get the third hit over. So that increases Admiral King's lead to 5. 9 will serve 4. Dominique Higginbotham is serving. She was elected a homecoming court today, as was Lindsay Wilson in the front row. So hopefully one of those two will be our homecoming queen this year. 10's going to serve 4. LakeRidge in a 4-man receive. And Dominique serves that one too deep. So that's going to go side out LakeRidge. Admiral King will back up on defense. This is Brittany Moscow serving for LakeRidge. King in a 4-person receive. Balls to Lagarde. She overpasses, but it is playable. Block off Lindsay Wilson's hands, but we just can't get to it. It's going to make it 10-6, Admiral King. LakeRidge will serve. Serve from Moscow once again. And that's too far to the right. So side out Admiral King. 11-6 in the first set. We're playing the best of 5. This is varsity action at Admiral King High School for those of you just joining us. Asia Chisholm comes out, and she's replaced by Deidre Noble. It's Jasmine Myrick on the serve. Well handled by LakeRidge. Myrick digs, but can't dig up the cross-court hit. Myrick will come out, Chisholm back in. Wilson, Lagarde, Higginbotham, and Chisholm will receive on defense. This is Charlie Culberson serving. And looks like we have an overlap on the LakeRidge side. Yes, we do. It's an overlap on the LakeRidge side, which is illegal. They were either out of position or they went before the serve was touched. So that's going to be side out Lady Admirals. Holly will come back in on the usual substitution for Blair. Holly and Blair sharing that position. Holly usually playing the front line and Blair in the back row. That was a Lindsay Wilson serve. Free ball sent from LakeRidge. Too tight from Lagarde, but Wilson digs it out, and Lagarde will attack. Ball's on the 10-foot line to Lagarde. Wilson's going to go with the back set to the middle to Noble. Noble attacks, and she gets up again. LakeRidge digs, they send a deep one, and Admiral King watching a little bit on defense rather than being ready and set to defend. So LakeRidge will take advantage, and they'll capitalize with a point. 8 will serve 12. I think the back row thought that Deidre Noble hit would score for sure, and it didn't. Chisholm right to the center circle. Nope, little too tight on the net. Too tight for Lindsey Wilson, the setter. LakeRidge catching up a little by little here. 9 serving 12. This is Emily Glore on the serve. Wilson's going to the outside to Holly. Holly attacks, and she puts one down. That's an Aisha Holly hit for the Lady Admirals. And that's her first point of the evening. 13 will serve 9. Two seniors on the floor for the Lady Admirals, Lindsey Wilson and Dominique Higginbotham. Everyone else is a junior. Chisholm to Wilson. Wilson goes to the outside to Higginbotham. She swings cross court. Nice strong hit, but LakeRidge digs it up. Wilson sends the overpass. LakeRidge going to the outside, off the block. Wilson, not whistled for the illegal set. But that ball is ruled in play. So Admiral King gets away with one, I think, there. Looked like a double from Lindsey Wilson, but no whistle. So side out Admiral King. This is Shaquila Lagarde again. Beautiful serve to the back line. Free ball sent over from the Lady Lions. Chisholm doing a wonderful job in the back row. That's a noble hit. And whistle from the up official signals a palm up, and that is a lift, which is illegal. So that's going to make it an Admiral King point. A lift is any momentary pause where the ball stays in your hands or on your arms. That's illegal. The ball has to go right in and come right out. Chisholm again with a beautiful pass to Wilson. Wilson to Higginbotham, and she goes cross court. Just a bit too far out of bounds. Nice aggressive play from Higginbotham. Last couple hits have been out of bounds, but I think Admiral King should keep going to her. Very strong hitter. 15-10, Admiral King up by 5. The libero for the LakeRidge in the game, this is Brittany Brown serving. She'll serve deep to Chisholm. Chisholm right to the setter. Wilson's going to Holly this time. Holly swings. Back row attack from LakeRidge and off the arms of Asia Chisholm. (11 serving 15). Brown again on the serve. And she looked pretty deep. Britvic receives. Right to Wilson. Wilson to Higginbotham again. She tips, but not difficult for the defense. Holly to Wilson. Over to Britvic. Good back row attack, and LakeRidge is struggling. No, they get the third one over. Holly right to Wilson. Wilson to Higginbotham. Higginbotham with the hit, and that one is down. I knew Dominique was going to come through here eventually. It's a beautiful hit from Dominique, but it began with the pass right off the hands, soft hands of the setter. It's good team volleyball from Admiral King. Deidre Noble will serve. 16 serving 11. The game is to 25. We've got an overpass. Oh, I think Jasmine Myrick should have got up and attacked that one. She goes for the next touch and misses. So side out Lady Lions. Admiral King steps back on defense. Chisholm, Britvic, Higginbotham, and Holly will defend. Right to Higginbotham. Wilson saves it. Myrick sends the free ball. LakeRidge goes strong side. Britvic to the center court. Wilson goes weak side to Holly. She tips. Free ball from LakeRidge. Britvic to Wilson. A little off there for Wilson, but she gets a hand on it. Myrick sends the free ball. Got a back row attack, which is legal. Oh, a little tight on the net. Wilson makes a great attempt, but looked like her ponytail was in the net. She's saying, Coach, it wasn't me. I was not in the net. Her ponytail is part of her body. Can't touch the net, so that gives the Lady Lions a point. 13 serving 16. We've got a 3-point game. Holly to Higginbotham. Myrick sends it back. Free ball from LakeRidge, and that's in the tape. 4 hits, which is illegal. Admiral King will rotate. Blair back in for Holly. Blair will serve. Blair also a setter. Admiral King running a 6-2 offense tonight. LakeRidge back in a 4-person receive. And they have a hard time with the Jade Blair serve. Ace serve for Jade Blair. 17 serving 13. Admiral King increases their lead by 4. Mentioned earlier, Admiral King is in first place in the Lake Erie League Conference on the Erie side with earlier wins over Shaw and Bedford. Weak side attack from LakeRidge right to the back line, and Anna Britvick has a hard time with that one. Admiral King still up by 4. 14 serving 18 for LakeRidge. For LakeRidge, this is Sarah Persad coming in the game, number 8. She will serve. Britvick with a beautiful pass to Blair. Blair's going weak side to Higginbotham. What a great hit. And off the arms of the back rows, number 22, Jordan Giddish, gives Admiral King another point. It's 2 beautiful tacks from Higginbotham. 19 serving 14. Britvick's going to come out while Lugard replaces her on the front row, or in the front row. Higginbotham serves from the center to the center, and an ace serve for Dominique Higginbotham. 20-14, Lady Admirals. Another serve from Higginbotham. That one also went deep. Attempted block from Wilson. Blair goes middle to Wilson again. She attacks deep. And that's sent over too far on the side. So Admiral King takes a point. 21-14. Got a timeout for LakeRidge. Head coach Sue Buss calls a timeout, and we're going to come back after these messages with the rest of game 1.
Hi, this is Tim McGraw. Today and every day is the right time to support the American Red Cross, who gives disaster assistance to people when they need it most. You can help the victims of thousands of disasters across the country each year by making a financial gift to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, which enables the Red Cross to provide shelter, food, counseling, and other assistance to those in need. Please call 1-800-HELP now. Together, we can save a life.
Remember me.
Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Don't be penalized with low interest rates on your investments. Step up to the net and pass your funds to the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. We will spike the competition so you win the financial game of interest. Choose a certificate of deposit and watch your APY score the maximum. Call us at 282-4600. That's Higginbotham off the net, which is legal. That's an ace serve for Higginbotham. Dominique Higginbotham really on tonight here in set 1. Missed a couple of earlier attacks, but boy, she's really picked up the intensity. 22 serving 14. Higginbotham again. She goes deep again. LakeRidge with the down ball, and they find the hardwood right in the middle of the court. So side out LakeRidge. Admiral King up by 7. LakeRidge's Tara Soto comes in, and she will replace number 23, Brittany Moscow. Soto's going to serve. King steps back on defense. Ball's deep. Higginbotham fields. Right to Blair. Beautiful pass. Wilson attacks. And LakeRidge struggles. That'll give Admiral King another point. Boy, I'll tell you, from the game we covered last week to tonight, it's a totally different team here for the Lady Admirals. Serve reception and passing was a struggle last week, and boy, that in the last few days, I think Admiral King must have been practicing a lot of passing because it's totally a different game. Myrick gets the ace serve. 2 points away from a game here for Admiral King. 23 serving 16. No, I'm sorry, that's side out LakeRidge. 16 will serve 23. And that one's in the net. The set point number 1 for Admiral King. Lindsay Wilson will serve. Holly back in for Blair. Chisholm back in for Myrick. Wouldn't an ace be nice here? Good serve from Lindsay. Attack to Chisholm. Chisholm right to the setter. Holly will attack. And that is in. Cross-court attack from Aisha Holly ends set 1. That's 25-16 Lady Admirals. And the teams will retire to the end line and switch sides and go to their benches, and we'll come back after these messages with set 2.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Some of the best people you'll ever meet are LCCC students.
We have great academics, dedicated professors, affordable tuition, and a university partnership.
The opportunities are endless. LCCC credits transfer, and the UP has more than 30 programs right on campus.
I've got a job I love. LCCC helps make it a real future.
We need graduates who are prepared and ready to get ahead, so we turn to LCCC.
Real education gets real results.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Welcome back to high school volleyball action. We're at Admiral King, and we're getting ready to begin set 2 of a 5-game set. Admiral King took the first set over LakeRidge, and they had the serve in the first one, so it's LakeRidge's turn to serve. Holly goes deep with the tip, and she'll score. First point of the match goes to Admiral King. Shaquila Lagarde's going to serve for the Lady Admirals. LakeRidge in a 3-man receive this time, adjusting their defense, a little different from the first set. That's Brittany Brown right on the center line, and a beautiful pass from her. LakeRidge attacks strong side. Got a whistle on the play, though. Looks like a net violation. I think based on reactions, that might have been Aisha Holly's fault there. So that'll tie the score up 1-1. Side out going to LakeRidge. Brickfit's coming in for Lagarde. Britvick, Holly, Chisholm, and Higginbotham on defense. Beautiful pass from Chisholm. She's doing a wonderful job at the libero position. And that ball out of bounds for the Lady Admirals. So LakeRidge jumps out to their first lead of the game, 2-1. Admiral King keeps the intensity they had in the first match. They'll have no problem here. Nice tip for a dump from the setter, Jade Blair. Ball was too tight on the net, and she had the intelligence to read that and dump it over. Aisha Holly will serve. Little confusion here. Looks like conference between the up and down official. Looks like we're going side out LakeRidge. I'm not sure what the call was. You know, I don't see a speaking captain from either team asking, so. Down official raises his hand with 4 fingers up. Maybe there were 4 touches on the ball for Admiral King. LakeRidge right to the sideline. Nice soft serve. Blair dumps again, and she scores off it. So the bad pass from Admiral King leads to a point for Jade Blair on the dump. Chisholm comes out. Myrick replaces her. And the down official's going to have a conference with Jade Blair, the setter. I think they're discussing how she can dump the ball because she is technically a back row player. On defense, she's going up to the net and not taking the first touch. She's going to take the second touch, theoretically, of every play for Admiral King. So she's moving to the front line so she can set a hitter. That's what a 6-2 offense is. So I think as long as that she doesn't leave her feet when she's in front of that 10-foot line, she's okay. Can back row attack as long as you start out behind the 10-foot line. You can land on it or in front of it, but you have to begin the attack behind it when you touch the ball. Holly fields. Blair goes to the outside to Higginbotham, and Higginbotham hits, and she scores. Holly to Blair to Higginbotham. 1-2-3 punch. Holly will serve again. That ties the score up here, 3-3. Aisha Holly sends over a rolling serve and too far to the right. She's going to come out. Chisholm replaces her, the libero. And the libero for LakeRidge comes in as well, Brittany Brown. Admiral King will step back to defend. Brown serves. And off the arms of Lindsay Wilson. That gives LakeRidge a point. I think Lindsay should have let that go to the back row, but Asia Chisholm behind her should have called her off. Just to be more aggressive on the communication. Brown serves again. That goes to Wilson surely that time. Wilson's going to go, or Blair's going to go back to Wilson, and it's a swing and a miss. LakeRidge with a 3-point lead. 6 will serve 3. Brown goes deep to Britvik. Blair goes to the front row. Myrick will dump. Free ball from LakeRidge, nope. Admiral King side out. So the Lady Admirals will rotate Lindsay Wilson back to the service line. Blair, Myrick, and Holly in the front row. Blair's going to go to the weak side as the off setter. And Wilson will score. Admiral King down by just 1 now, 5 serving 6. Blair getting an opportunity to play the front row. Usually Aisha Holly comes in and replaces her up there, but we'll see what she's got. Back row attack in the net for LakeRidge. That ties it up, 6-6. That's a Lindsay Wilson serve. Free ball from LakeRidge. Blair's going in the middle to Myrick. Myrick swings and it's in the tape. So that error gives LakeRidge a point and puts them up 1. 7 serving 6. Higginbotham with the free ball. LakeRidge is going middle. Nope, they're going strong side. Wilson digs, it's tight on the net, and Blair dumps. Chisholm tight again to Blair, and she dumps again. Blair in the front row so she can attack. Nice attack from Jade Blair, and it ends up in a point for Admiral King. And that ties it up 7-7. Lagarde's going to come back in on the front line for Britvik. So Lagarde, Myrick, Blair on the front row. Brittany Brown attempts the back row attack, and she's in the tape. Point Admiral King. Higginbotham's 8 serving 7. Nice deep serve. Little communication there from LakeRidge, but they fix it. Blair goes weak side to LaGarde. She swings. Strong side from LakeRidge. Bad pass from the back row, and Myrick can't help it. That ties it up 8-8. I think we've had 4 or 5 lead changes. LakeRidge will substitute. In the game is number 16, Tarasoto, and the down official makes the correction. Well, he calls, I guess, head coach Sue Buss must have called timeout there. If you send a player to the sideline in the substitution area, she has to stay there and actually make the substitution. You can't switch them in and out. Not unless the down official is feeling extremely gracious. So, LakeRidge, that was a good call from the head coach to call timeout there. Although that substitution still has to be granted. And I see Soto is up. And she's going to substitute, and back comes number 26, Sarah Bediako. So, yep, both of them have to go in now. Got a tie score 8-8. Both substitutions enter for LakeRidge. King and a 5-person receive this time. Blair will go to the weak side to set. Tarasoto will serve for LakeRidge. Ball short to LaGarde. Blair goes with the back set to Myrick. She'll swing cross court, and it's just a little bit too deep. LakeRidge jumps out to another 1-point lead. 9 serving 8. King in a cup. Chisholm goes to Blair. Blair to the back row. Out of the pipe is Lindsey Wilson. Strong side from LakeRidge. Blocked by Myrick. She digs the block. Chisholm to Blair. Blair's going to LaGarde. LaGarde swings, and boy, what a hit. Off the arms of the back rows, LakeRidge. Libero, number 4, Brittany Brown, and that'll make a point, Admiral King. It looked good, and it sounded good. So Myrick on the serve for King. Blair now right front setting from that position. Overpass from LakeRidge's attack from Shaquila LaGarde. Beautiful. That's 2 in a row for LaGarde. That'll jump Admiral King up by 1, 10-9. Beautiful read from Shaquila. Myrick will serve again. Right to the back row. Blocked from LaGarde. Boy, Shaquila LaGarde's on fire here. Higginbotham to Blair. Blair's going to Higginbotham out of the pipe in the back row. Overpass, and LaGarde puts another one down. Outstanding. Woo! 2 beautiful reads from Shaquila LaGarde. It's a nice attack from the back row from Dominique Higginbotham as well. That hit led to the overpass from LakeRidge where Shaquila was able to take advantage. Any set that goes to the middle back position that's attacked is a pipe hit. The terminology is out of the pipe. It's real nice when you can get that player to come all the way up to that 10-foot line to attack. Again, when you're a back row player, you can attack as long as you hit the ball behind the 10-foot line without touching it. You can land on it when you're done or in front of it. So Higginbotham doing a nice job of that. Dump from LakeRidge. Admiral King with some timing issues. LakeRidge will rotate, and they're bringing in number 7, Alexia Malinowski. Noble's coming back in for Holly. King steps back in a 5-person. Deep serve. Chisholm right to Blair. Blair goes to the outside to Noble, and great hit from Deidre Noble. She completely finds Wood. Admiral King on fire here in the hitting department. Overall score, Admiral King up by 3, 13-10. Lady Admirals coming into their own here. Jade Blair will serve. Now she's in the back row setting. Blair serves short, and it's a nice one. Free ball from LakeRidge. Chisholm right to the center circle to Blair. Blair's going to the outside. I don't know who hit that, but there was a communication error there. Nevertheless, Admiral King scores. It was either Lagarde or Wilson with the last second save. Looked like that ball would drop, but it didn't. Thank goodness. Blair serves again. She goes deep this time. And LakeRidge unable. That's 4 touches, so another point, Admiral King. 15-10. This is set 2. Admiral King won the first set. And they're on their way to winning set 2. We're playing the best of 5, so. Overpass, and Noble goes up on the attack, and she faces the direction she hits, and which is out of bounds, so that's where the ball goes. Good attempt. Four-man receive for King. Emily Glore on the serve for LakeRidge. Chisholm with the overpass and out of bounds. Ace serve for Glore. 12 serving 15. Higginbotham to Blair. Blair goes to Wilson. Wilson swings deep. Off the arms of the back row. No, it's off the ceiling. Can LakeRidge save it? And they do. Back to Higginbotham. Right to Blair. Blair goes to Lagarde this time. Cross-court hit. Ooh, Noble really got up that time, but unfortunately she floated a little into the net. My goodness, I think she had chest and up over the net. Definitely her whole shoulder area and up was over the net that time. Great athletic ability. But that's going to make a LakeRidge point because you can't go in the net. 13 serving 15. Noble to Blair. Blair too tight. Ugh. LakeRidge attacks. Noble would have got there a little bit faster and been a little bit closer to the net. She would have stuff blocked that. But instead, the ball fell between her and the net. So 14 serving 15. It's a 1-point game now. Higginbotham right to Blair. Blair goes to Lagarde on the cross-court hit, and she floats under it. Ball is way out of bounds. That ties it up, 15-all. We've got a timeout from head coach Terry Trout as he brings in the Lady Admirals, hoping to get them refocused. The Lorain Admiral King Wrestling program is having a steak fry on Saturday, October 4th from 4:30 to 8 at the Elks Club on West 6th Street here in Lorain. The meal includes a 14-ounce steak, baked potatoes, salad, rolls and butter, draft beer or beverage. Door prizes and 50-50 raffle. Donation is just $15 per person. Contact Audrey Black at 933-4923 for tickets or information. That's the Admiral King Wrestling program. The Admiral King robotics team having a golf outing, their first annual, the Future Science and Technology Heroes. Saturday, September 27th at the Fox Creek Golf Course. Registrations at noon, 1 p.m. shotgun start and scramble, $260 for the foursome. Price includes steak dinner at the turn. No, lunch at the turn and a steak dinner. That was a Deidre Noble attack there. I'm getting distracted from what I'm reading, but that was a great attack from her. That's an Admiral King point. 16-15 Admiral King. If you're interested in that golf outing with the robotics team, contact Brenda Bookshar at 985-4802 or her cell phone 670-5915. Payment due upon registration. So Shaquila Lagarde is going to serve from way left this time. Noble, Wilson, and Higginbotham on the front row. Admiral King got their hitters lined up, and Lagarde with the ace serve. Beautiful as she finds the empty spot. Admiral King up by 2, 17-15. LaGuard serves deep. Overpass from LakeRidge. Noble reads it. Down ball from LakeRidge. LaGuard to Blair. Blair with the back set to Higginbotham, and 4 hits from the Lady Admirals. When the setter is behind the hitter, it's a very difficult ball to read and attack. It's a very high-level hit. Hitter really has to back up to get a good read on the flight of the ball. Very difficult to judge. So that error leads to a LakeRidge point, 16 serving 17. Britvic back in for LaGuard. Admiral King looking for a side out. Noble to Blair. Blair dumps, and she'll score off the hands of the block and down. 18-16, Lady Admiral's up by 2. Noble rotates back to serve. Moscow back in the game for Soto. Nice serve from Noble. LakeRidge defends well. Ball back center court, so the free ball's coming off Jasmine Myrick's arms. LakeRidge goes strong side. They're blocked at the net. That's a Myrick-Wilson block. Nice tandem block there on the outside. Noble serves again, 19 serving 16. Free ball, nope, down ball from LakeRidge. Noble digs. Blair goes middle to Myrick. Myrick swings and off the hands of the block and down. Admiral King point, 20-16, Lady Admirals. Noble again at the service line. And a serve from Noble. 21-16. I think this is Admiral King's biggest lead of the set, 5 points. Got a timeout from LakeRidge. The Lorain Sports Hall of Fame is currently accepting applications for consideration for selection to the Sports Hall of Fame. Applications and eligibility rules may be obtained online at www.lorainsportshalloffame.com, at the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame Museum located at West 20th Street and Livingston Avenue, which is the St. Joseph Hospital building, or by contacting Ted Driscoll at 984-2802, Ron Feldkamp at 244-3449, or Bob Lisicki at 245-2829. Deadline for receipt of the applications is October 31st, 2008. 21 serving 16, this is Deidre Noble. LakeRidge in a 3-man reserve. Deep serve from Noble. LakeRidge to the back row. Wilson to Blair. Blair back to Wilson from the weak side, and she scores right on the 10-foot line. Admiral King really rallying here. Timeout didn't bother them a bit. 22 will serve 16, 3 points away from set 2. Victory for Admiral King. Noble again. Free ball from LakeRidge. Noble to Blair. Blair to the strong side to Higginbotham. Too far out, so she sets it over. Free ball from LakeRidge. Higginbotham right to Blair. She's going right back to Higginbotham. Oh, she swings, but it's too deep. So Admiral King will step back to defend. 17 serving 22. Libero serve right to Britvic. It's an overpass. LakeRidge with the free ball. Chisholm to Blair. It's tight, and she saves it again. LakeRidge in the net. Makes for an Admiral King point. Wilson will serve 23 serving 17. LaGuard in for Britvic. That's a Wilson serve. Overpass. Oh, I think I would have got up and attacked that one. Well, in my day I would have anyway. Little net action going on from Myrick. Ball way out on the side, and that makes an Admiral King point. Set point number 1 here in set 2. Lindsay Wilson will serve after she finds the ball. This is it, game point right here for Admiral King to make it 2 in the best of 5. It's a Lindsay Wilson serve. And that's in the net, actually below the net for LakeRidge. So that makes it official. 25-17 Admiral King as they take set number 1 and set number 2. So the teams are going to switch sides and come back to the benches, and we'll be back after these messages with set 3.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Welcome back to Admiral King. We're just starting set 3. That was Jade Blair on the serve, and it was a legal serve, but we have some issues on the LakeRidge side. Looks like an overlap. I think the players were lined up incorrectly to begin with. So that'll result in an automatic point for Admiral King. So Jade will serve again. Overpass from LakeRidge. Oh my goodness. Communication issues there for the Lady Admirals. Somebody should have been backed up for that, just waiting to approach and attack it. Or a pass from the back row to the setter with some transition. But we've got a tie score 1-1. Wilson to Blair. Blair runs after that one. Free ball from Lagarde. LakeRidge will go strong side and in the net. 2-1 Lady Admirals. Shaquila will serve again. Higginbotham, Wilson, Noble, Blair, Chisholm, and Lagarde in the game, and not such a great serve from Shaquila, but that'll tie it up 2-2. Shaquila's going to come out. Alyssa Montgomery getting her first action of the night. She's in the game here in the back row. Alyssa, nice defender. Nice passer in the back, so between her and Asia, they should do a nice job on defense here together next to each other. Higginbotham Higginbotham's going to attack and in the net. Timing issues there for Higginbotham. I think the set was a little bit too high. Higginbotham has a nice, strong, quick approach, so we could go a little lower on that. Noble under it, but she attacks. Strong side from oh, block. That's a Lindsey Wilson block there. 3-3, and the crowd is energized. Chisholm comes out, replaced by Myrick. Noble on the serve. 3-man receive for LakeRidge. Right on the center line. Back row attack to Montgomery. Blair goes to the strong side to Higginbotham. Unfortunately, she's under that one, so that one sails deep. And I see Coach Trout telling Dominique what she needs to do. The ball needs to be in front of her where she can reach for it rather than reach back at it. Good save from Chisholm there. LakeRidge is going to go middle. Looked like a lift from the center, but it's not. Great save from Lindsey Wilson, and Blair sends it back deep, gives her teammates time to transition back to their position. Blair's going to go to the outside to Higginbotham. She attacks, rolls off the net. LakeRidge defends. Free ball from LakeRidge. Montgomery to Blair. She's going to Wilson this time, and she's going to dump. Nice read from Lindsey Wilson to go right over the top of the block. Wilson's going to serve. Blair, Higginbotham, and Myrick on the front line for King. Back set from LakeRidge to the other side. Blair back to Higginbotham, right on the net. And that was 4 touches. Looked like a LakeRidge block, but the ball never cleared the net. So side out LakeRidge. 5 serving 4. LakeRidge up by 1. First time of the evening in set 3 here. We're playing the best of 5. Admiral King took sets 1 and 2. And we have an overlap on the King side. Too many overlaps here tonight for varsity volleyball. The speaking captain on the floor is allowed to ask the up or down official for a lineup check as long as there's a dead ball, as long as the ball's not in play, so there shouldn't be any overlap issues. Admiral King fixes themselves. LakeRidge is going to serve. 6 serving 4. Lady Lions up by 2. Ball to Myrick, right to Wilson. Wilson dumps backwards. LakeRidge strong side attack. Hits the ceiling and goes back to the LakeRidge side, which will result in a LakeRidge point. The ball hits the ceiling on your own side and you haven't used all 3 hits, you can play the ball. Certainly playable. That makes it 4 serving 7. King on defense. Ball short. Myrick to Wilson, over to Blair, and Blair puts one down. Jade Blair doing a great job in the front row tonight. Side out Admiral King. King trailing by 2. Lagarde's going to come back in for Montgomery. Ashley Neely is in the game for the first time tonight. She replaces Higginbotham, and she'll serve. 5 serving 7. Good serve from Ashley on the 10-foot line. Over to Myrick. Cross court and out of bounds. So we side out LakeRidge. 5 serving 8. King on defense, trailing by 3. And off the arms of Asia Chisholm gives LakeRidge another point. LakeRidge now up by 4. Their biggest lead of the evening in set 3. LakeRidge needs to win this one to keep it alive, or this will be the end of the night here if Admiral King pulls this one out. Admiral King likewise needs some intensity here as they trail by 4. Ball's to Neely, right to the center circle to Wilson. Wilson goes real close. LaGarde able to save it. I don't think she thought she saved that legally. Maybe she thought she was in the net, but it was a great save. And King not able to clean up the overpass. LakeRidge up by 5 now. 10 serving 5. Chisholm with the overpass. LakeRidge is going to the strong side. They tip on the 10-foot line, and Admiral King not down in a ready position, and they get caught. 11 serving 5. Chisholm to Wilson. Wilson back to Chisholm. And she sends that one out. Timeout from Coach Trout as the Lady Lions lead by 7. Come and join your Admiral King High School classmates at the Admiral King High School 66 Mixer. We invite the classes of 65, 67, and 68 to join us. The date is October 25th, 2008 at 6 o'clock p.m. at the American Slovak Club on Broadway. Cost of the mixer is $10 at the door. Pizza is provided, and there'll be a cash bar. We are combining the mixer with the Pete Risen Memorial event, which is being held the same day at 2 p.m. at the Admiral King Southview football game. Football players from the classes of 65, 66, 67, and 68 seasons participating in the memorial event will meet at George Daniel Field prior to the Admiral King Southview game at 2 p.m. Details of the specific time and location to meet will be given at a later date. After the presentation in the game, we'll be joining the mixer at the Slovak Club. So that's the Admiral King High School class of 66. LakeRidge 12 serving 5. Wilson to LaGarde. LaGarde gets up and attacks and finds the wood. Admiral King with a much needed point. They'll go side out and rotate. 6 will serve 12. Noble back in for Chisholm. Myrick will serve. Noble, LaGarde, and Blair on the front row. Myrick with a nice short serve. Middle attack from LakeRidge. Noble to Blair. Noble to LaGarde maybe. Ball's down, and that's LakeRidge point. LakeRidge jumping out to a 7-point lead. Charlie Culberson will serve for LakeRidge. Ball is deep, fielded by Ashley Neely. LaGarde attempts to tip and is unsuccessful. 14 serving 6. Admiral King adjusts defensively. Neely with the overpass. Fortunately, LakeRidge didn't get up and attack that one. Noble falls down and digs, sent over from Blair. Strong side from LakeRidge. Noble passes too far outside the weak side position. Toughest place for a setter to chase down the ball, because her back is to that position. Makes her reaction time a little slower. 15 serving 6. Wilson digs to Neely. Blair sends it over. Strong side attack from LakeRidge. Chisholm to the setter. Blair over to LaGarde. LaGarde swings and off the arms of the back row, gives Admiral King a point. 7 serving 15 for the Lady Admirals. Blair serves too wide, and they'll step back on defense. LakeRidge side out, 16 serving 7. Right to Neely. Neely tight. Blair can't get it. That makes 17 for LakeRidge to Admiral King 7, and we've got a timeout from the Lady Admiral side. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. On the line, in the net, match point got you confused? Make your next serve with a certificate of deposit at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. Our front line has a CD rate that will score every time when you call or visit Lorain School Employees Credit Union at 282-4600 or stop by the office at 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Suite 101. Admiral King really struggling here in set 3. LakeRidge up by 10, 17-7. Admiral King easily won sets 1 and 2. Seems like their intensity is fallen apart a bit. Certainly not too late to get it back. Noble defends. Lagarde sends it back. Noble sends it over. LakeRidge goes middle. Chisholm. Blair to Wilson. Wilson hits. And she scores. Admiral King 8. LakeRidge 17. Admiral King rotates. Higginbotham will re-enter. And she's probably just the spark Admiral King needs in the front row. Lagarde will serve. And Lagarde sends that one in the net. 10-point lead for the Lady Lions. (18) serving 8. Little too tight, but Blair gets it over, and she scores on the dump. Jade Blair doing a nice job cleaning up the bad passes tonight. Chisholm's out, Myrick's back in. Higginbotham's strong side. Looked like an illegal set from LakeRidge, but didn't matter because their third one went out way deep. That gives Admiral King 10. Admiral King trailing by 8. Deidre Noble will serve. Nice serve from Deidre. First pass was on the ceiling. Montgomery to Blair. Blair goes to Wilson. Wilson attacks, center court. Back row free ball from LakeRidge. Myrick to Blair. Blair back to Myrick. Strong side from LakeRidge. It's a dump. Blair with a nice job defending. Blair shadowing well. Noble to Blair. Blair right back to Montgomery. She goes deep, and the ball is in. Attack, Alyssa Montgomery. King trailing by 7. 11 serving 18. Noble will serve again. Deidre Noble, an outstanding basketball and track athlete for the Lady Admirals. 3-sporter. Back row attack from LakeRidge. Blair cleans up another one. King up on the block on the tandem. Ball to Noble. Wilson helps the setter. Myrick sends the free ball. Short tip. Blair goes and finds a hole in the back row. Jade Blair playing great defense tonight. Able to take the pass and send it right to the empty spot while LakeRidge is in transition. Great job. Smart girl. Noble's going to serve again. 12 serving 18. King trailing by 6. Strong side from LakeRidge. Myrick saves off the block. We've got a touch, and LakeRidge will score. Brittany Brown back in for LakeRidge, the libero in the white jersey. She'll serve. Chisholm, too tight on the pass. Actually an overpass. Wilson to Myrick. And Myrick scores on the free ball dump. King down by 6. 13 serving 19. Communication errors from LakeRidge lead to an Admiral King point, and that's the ace serve from Lindsey Wilson. King down by 5. They're fighting back. 14 will serve 19. 3-man receive for LakeRidge. Set goes to the outside. Chisholm goes to Blair. Blair goes to Wilson and in the tape. (20 serving 14). Myrick to Wilson. Wilson to the back row to Montgomery. Back row attack. Chisholm digs. Blair and Wilson with a little communication issue there. 21 serving 14. We're in set 3. LakeRidge takes this one. We'll go to game 4. Admiral King takes it and we'll be done on the night. It's a good read from Lindsey Wilson to dump the ball over. She needed to go a little bit shorter on that, though, where the hole was. Wilson digs. Higginbotham sends the tip. Tandem block up for King. Montgomery digs. Wilson goes to Blair. Blair attacks cross court. LakeRidge defends. Myrick to Wilson. Wilson with a net crawler. And she'll score. Almost a save from LakeRidge there. Little luck there when that ball rolls across the top of the net. You just never know when it's going to drop down. So that'll make an Admiral King point. Admiral King trailing by 6. Ashley Neely back in the game. She'll serve. LakeRidge defends. Down ball attack from LakeRidge. Wilson to Blair. Blair over to Lagarde. Lagarde attacks and she's in the tape. (22 serving 15). This is Tara Soto serving for LakeRidge. She serves deep. Ashley Neely to Blair. Blair to Wilson in the pipe. And in the net. Timing issues from Admiral King on the attack. Higginbotham's going to come back in. She's going to replace Neely in the back row. Wilson to Blair. Can't get that one up. Set point number 1 for LakeRidge in set 3. 24 serving 15. Admiral King really needs to defend here. They need a nice pass to the setter. And they get one. Wilson to Blair. Blair to Lagarde. Lagarde goes deep. Admiral King needs to swing to score. To the back row to Chisholm. Lagarde center court. Chisholm goes deep. She swings that time. Strong side attack from LakeRidge. Too tight from Chisholm. Myrick with a nice save, as is Higginbotham. Great defensive ability from Dominique Higginbotham. Nice saves on the LakeRidge side as well. Blair's going to go to Lagarde. Lagarde gets up to swing. LakeRidge from the strong side. Wilson in the net. Myrick digs it out. Will Blair? Oh, yes, she does. Nice save from Jade Blair on the punch back. Wilson to Blair. Blair over to Lagarde. Myrick takes it. That's an Admiral King point. Admiral King saves themselves from set point number 1. LakeRidge's set point number 1. And we got a side out lead. Admiral 16 will serve 14. Noble back in on the front row. Myrick will serve. LakeRidge back on defense. 5-man receive. Myrick goes deep and it's too deep. That makes game number 3 goes to LakeRidge, 25-16. I thought Admiral King was going to rally there. Too much, too late. So the teams are going to switch sides, and we're going to go to game 4 after these messages.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, Call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
I get people involved in saving the environment. That's why I volunteer.
When I teach computer skills, I help kids succeed in school. That's why I volunteer.
I helped raise awareness about the hazards of tobacco use. That's why I volunteer, to make a difference.
If you know middle or high school students who make a difference by doing volunteer work, have them ask their school principals about applying for a Prudential Spirit of Community Award, or encourage them to call 1-888-450-9961.
Welcome back to Admiral King. We're in set 4, Admiral King versus LakeRidge. LakeRidge on the serve this time. Noble's up on the attack, and she mistimes it, and that one's in the net. LakeRidge jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Timing issues in the hitting department, an issue in game 3 for Admiral King. They take sets number 1, sets number 2, but fall in set 3. So we go to set 4 here. Blair to Lagarde. Lagarde on the net. Nope, it's over the plane. Wilson punches. Lagarde saves it. It's over. It's inside the antenna, which is fair and legal. Blair's going to go to Wilson. She's under it. Looked like a lift there, and it is signaled as a lift. Up official puts his palm up. That means a lift. Momentary carry on the ball for Lindsay. She was behind it, and so almost inevitable. Hands behind her head and ball's back there, so it's going to be a lift more often than not. Blair's going over to Noble again and mistimes that one again. LakeRidge jumps out to a 3-0 lead. Admiral King wins this one in 25, and we're going home. LakeRidge wins it, and we're going to go to game 5 for a tiebreaker. LakeRidge's Emily Glora will serve. Glora to Wilson. Wilson to Blair. Blair up on the net. Overpass. Leads to a LakeRidge point. Lagarde doing a nice job to drop down in case that ball drops straight down on defense. It didn't, but she was there just in case. Higginbotham to Blair. Free ball from Wilson. LakeRidge tip from strong side. Blair fields it, but I think that might have been out of play. Teammates have to call that for her. Noble sent the free ball. Free ball likewise from LakeRidge. Blair's going to the middle to Lagarde, and she'll score off the arms of the back row. Admiral King's first point here in set 4. Lindsay Wilson will serve. Admiral King doing a nice job from the service line. I think Lady Admirals have only missed 2 serves on the night, maybe 3. To check our statistician, Heidi Galloway, to find out where we stand there. Wilson will serve again. 2 serving 4. Admiral King rallying from behind. And that's in the tape for LakeRidge, so that'll give the Lady Admirals another point. Now Lady Admirals down by just 1. Little rally here from Admiral King. Wilson serves again deep. That one's deep from the back row from LakeRidge. Admiral King will tie it up. It's now 4-4. Wilson again from the service line. Blair, Noble, and Lagarde on the front row, and that one's in the tape. Maybe I jinxed Admiral King there. That might make maybe 4 missed serves for the Lady Admirals. I don't think I'll mention that statistical category again. Sorry, girls. King will step back to defend. Noble, Chisholm, Higginbotham, and Blair on defense. 5 serving 4, and it's under the net. That'll tie it up 5-all. King will rotate to serve. Lagarde will step back. Big serve here for Admiral King. This could give them their first lead. We're trying to get all the fans seated here. Well, the up official is anyway, because that's where all those people are standing. That's playable area. If the ball goes over there, we wouldn't want there to be an accident. If everybody's seated, makes more playable area in the gym. So our up official gets that taken care of, and Britvec comes in and she'll serve. And a nice serve it is. Back row set from LakeRidge. Wilson to Britvick, back to Wilson. Wilson goes deep on the free ball. Strong side attack cross court, and that looks like it's out, and the line judge says it is, so it's out. Admiral King jumps up by 1. 6-5. Higginbotham on the strong side for King. Off the back row. 7-5 Lady Admirals. Britvick will serve. It's a good one. Free ball from LakeRidge. Noble goes right back at the transition and goes up on the overpass to attack and kill. Good defense from Deidre Noble. Leads to an Admiral King point. 8 will serve 5. Britvick on the serve. Looked like a lift from the center, but no whistle from the official. Noble saves. Blair sends it. Strong side from LakeRidge. Ball is down. That'll give LakeRidge side out. 6 will serve 8. 6-foot Deidre Noble on defense for the Lady Admirals needs to get up and read all those attacks. She's playing the middle position on defense. Her job to get a hand on anything that comes over. On offense, it's her job to kill and to make the other side of the court think she's going to kill. Make them think about where she's playing offense from and where she's at on defense. So Noble's going to rotate back to serve. She's in the back row. That brings Myrick up to the front row. Myrick in the middle position. Higginbotham, the gun, will go to the outside. Noble serve, and it's an ace serve. That makes 10 Lady Admirals to LakeRidge's 6, so Admiral King to their biggest lead of the game with 4 up. It's a good serve. Outside for LakeRidge. Britvick to Wilson. Wilson punches it short. Misreading Higginbotham up, and she finds the hole in the defense. The 11 will serve 6. King up by 5. Timeout, Lady Lions. So Admiral King forcing the Lady Lions timeout, and they're going to come over to confer with their coaches. Hey sports fans, high school sports are back. With the excitement of football, soccer, volleyball, tennis, and cross country, it's hard to choose what to watch. So turn your channel to WLCS TV 20 and watch them all. Win, lose, or draw, our kids give their best. Lorain School Employees Credit Union supports our schools. 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. Our friend Neil Summers and the gang over at the credit union. Admiral King leading by 5 here in set 4. This game's till to 25. If Admiral King wins this set, that'll make it a night. LakeRidge, if they take it, we're going to game 5 for a 15-point set. And that's the ace serve from Noble. I won't jinx her and talk about serving statistics. I'll just mention 12 is serving 6. Admiral King up by 6. Noble goes deep. LakeRidge to the strong side. Looks like it's in the net, but they save it. Wilson sends it over. Middle attack from LakeRidge, and they find a hole in the defense in the back. Side out LakeRidge. Admiral King will step back to defend. 7 will serve 12. Blair, Chisholm, Britvick, Higginbotham on defense. Blair steps up for the short serve. Ball goes deep to Britvick. Too tight on the net, but Wilson saves it. Back row attack comes from LakeRidge. We're going strong side to Higginbotham. Looks like she's in the net, but hey, there's no whistle. Blair will send that over. Strong side attack from LakeRidge. It's blocked by Myrick and Blair on the outside. They're going back to the same side, and Blair gets in a piece of another one. Side out Lady Admirals. We've got a lift on the LakeRidge side, and that equates to an Admiral King point. 13 versus 7. Gonna get our fans seated here before we serve. They're in the playable area again. Jade Blair serves for King. She goes center line. And she'll get the ace serve off it. 14-7 increases the lead there by 7 for Admiral King. Jade will serve again. Ball in the center line again. Outside from LakeRidge. Got a touch on the block from Myrick. Blair goes to the strong side to Higginbotham, and she hits it in the net. So Tarasoto comes back in for LakeRidge, replacing Brittany Moscow. Side out LakeRidge. 8 serving 14. LakeRidge trailing by 5 in set 4. King on defense. Ball's deep. Britvic to Blair. Chisholm on the back row attack, and it comes off the net and out of play. LakeRidge down by 5. 9 serving 14. LakeRidge 2-8 overall. Admiral King 3-3 overall. Win tonight will give Admiral King a winning record. And that ball is touched, so that's a ace serve for LakeRidge. LakeRidge down by 4, slowly inching their way back into the game. Game is to 25, as I mentioned. King on defense. Wilson to Blair, beautiful pass. Right back to Wilson, she'll tip, it's defended by LakeRidge. Blocked from Blair and from Myrick and Higginbotham. They get up and get another piece of it, and off the arms of the back rows, Anna Britvic gives LakeRidge a point. Blockers doing their job. They're getting a touch on the ball, taking the speed off the ball. Even better would be if they could send it back over, push and get the ball to go back to the other side. Out-muscle the attack. Blair punches another one over on a missed pass. LakeRidge goes into the net. Brittany Brown a little frustrated there. She stomps her foot. Side out Lady Admirals. Higginbotham's going to serve. Lagarde will replace Britvic. Higginbotham was with probably the best arm on the team from the service line. Uh-oh, I hope that's not a jinx. It won't be. Oh, shame on the commentator. No more comments about serving for Admiral King. 12 serving 15, LakeRidge inching back in it. They're down 3 now. King on defense. Chisholm tight on the net. Blair punches it, and Blair will score. King up 4. Side out King, 16 will serve 12. Noble back in for Chisholm. Blair setting for the Lady Admirals. Nice serve from Myrick. Free ball deep to Myrick. Assist from Blair, is it? Lagarde gets up, yes it is. Beautiful pass, set, kill from Admiral King. That's Shaquila Lagarde finishing that off. Shaquila an all-conference selection last year in the Lake Erie League. Myrick's gonna serve. Attack off the block and down. Gives LakeRidge a point. 13 will serve 17. Chisholm back in for Myrick. King on defense. Right to Wilson. Blair to the back, probably not intentionally, but Chisholm cleans it up. Tight pass. LakeRidge goes cross court. Higginbotham perfectly to Blair. Blair goes up for Noble. Noble swings. And she scores off the arms of the back row, number 16, Tarasoto. That's a Deidre Noble kill. King up 5. 18 serving 13. Lindsey Wilson goes short, and she finds the hole in the defense, dead center court. I think that's 3 or 4 aces for Lindsey tonight. Member of the 2008-2009 homecoming court here at Admiral King. And she'll serve into the net. And that wasn't my fault because I didn't say a thing about serving. At least not while she had the ball in the air. King's down 5. King up 5 now. 14 serving 19 on the LakeRidge side. Blair, Higginbotham, Chisholm, and Noble on defense. Ball's low and soft. Blair sets it. Nice read from Blair. Noble up on the attack. Ball's short on the 10-foot line. Lagarde handles that well. Right back to Lagarde, and she'll go off the block and down. A Shaquila Lagarde kill. King up 6. Lagarde's going to come out. Britbeck will come in to serve and play the back row. Lagarde does her job, and she takes a seat. Noble, Blair, and Higginbotham on the front row for Admiral King. Wilson setting. Deep serve from Britbeck. Free ball right back to Anna. She'll go to Wilson. Wilson to Blair. Step across and out of bounds. Side out LakeRidge. Serving 20. Chisholm, Higginbotham. Nice downward motion on the ball. Wilson's going to go to Higginbotham. Higginbotham looks for a hole, doesn't find it. And LakeRidge will go in the tape, gives Admiral King a point. Rotation Admiral King. Noble will go back to serve. Myrick's back in. Ball's in the net for LakeRidge. That'll increase Admiral King's lead to 7. 22 serving 15. We've got a timeout LakeRidge. As head coach Buss for LakeRidge will talk to her team, as will Terry Trout. We'll come back right after these messages with the rest of set 4.
Hey, party cam. Hey, check out Tracy. She's so late. Hey, John, man. Chill. Let us sleep it off.
You know what, guys? It's time to go. I'll meet you downstairs. Go, go.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Turn that thing off.
Marijuana. Yeah, sure, it's harmless.
We're back at Admiral King in set 4 of volleyball action where the Lady Admirals are taking on LakeRidge. Admiral King up by 7. Make that 6 on the air there. Noble comes out, replaced by Chisholm. 16 will serve 22. The game is to 25. If Admiral King wins it, we're done for the evening. LakeRidge wins it, and we're going to go to set 5 for a game of 15. Higginbotham on the attack. Overpass. I think Blair should have got up and knocked that one down. She didn't. Makes it playable, though. Britbeck and Myrick dumps. LakeRidge in the net. Admiral King points. Admiral King 2 points away from sealing the deal here tonight. 23 serving 16. Jade Blair serving. She'll go deep center court. Admiral King, or LakeRidge going strong side. Higginbotham to Blair. Blair punches it over. LakeRidge going strong side again, and they'll go deep and out of bounds. Set point number 1 for Admiral King. Jade Blair on the serve. .24 serving 16. Blair goes center court. LakeRidge goes to the middle. Chisholm to Blair. Blair punches it over. Free ball from LakeRidge. Higginbotham from Blair. Right back to Higginbotham. She tries to find a hole but doesn't, and the air from LakeRidge leads to an Admiral King point, which in turn leads to set point victory for Admiral King, and that's it. That we'll call it a night. We'll come back after these messages to wrap up the game.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
Welcome back to the Shot Palace, where we're wrapping up volleyball action, high school volleyball action tonight, where the Lady Admirals of Admiral King played host to the Lady Lions of LakeRidge, and Admiral King winning this one in 4 sets. Looked like it was going to be a clean sweep in 3, but LakeRidge rallied back in set number 3. Admiral King takes set 1 25-16. Set 2 was 25-17. They fell to LakeRidge in set 3, 16-25, and rallied back in set 4, 25-16. Admiral King now with a winning record of 4-3. They're undefeated in league play, 2-0. They're going back out on the road this week in conference action twice, and we're actually on the road once, and we're coming back at them with conference action to bring you their game on Thursday. We got a lot of action in Lorain City Schools sports this week. We've got 7th grade football. We've got a soccer doubleheader of King and Southview, but that's both boys and girls. We've got, again, volleyball action with Cleveland Heights on Thursday here at King. And Friday is the homecoming game, the football game, where King takes on Marion. Speaking of homecoming, 2 of the volleyball players tonight for Admiral King were elected to homecoming court. Dominique Higginbotham and Lindsay Wilson. Congratulations to them. And Admiral King doing a fine job tonight. I have to mention, Jade Blair did an excellent job. She's the setter for Admiral King, and she did a nice job cleaning up a lot of missed passes and converting those into points. Great soft setting hands from her. Higginbotham, just a mighty gun from the outside hitting position. She hit several into the net, but I think once she gets that together, she's going to be quite a force to reckon with in the hitting department. So Admiral King improves their record to 4-3 overall, and we were happy to have you join us tonight. We look forward to seeing you again throughout the week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cheryl Bancic. For Joe Bach and Heidi Galloway and Lorain City Schools TV 20, we'll see you again.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.